All right, here we go. Running in place. This is the first lesson and the second lecture. And in this short lecture, you will learn about the production possibility curve.
All right, we're going to give this a shot. This is my first chance at this, and hopefully it works out well for you. Hopefully it works out well for me. And what this does is, when doing it this way, instead of up here in front of the class, it allows you to rewind. It allows you to take the information in at a pace that's good for you. Somebody that needs more time can slow things down, can rewind it, can listen again. You can always come back and hear what's going on if there's something that confuses you. Or if you're somebody that really understands econ and you can move through it a little bit more quickly, then that gives you the opportunity to do that. It also allows me to wander around the classroom and answer questions for individual students who are having trouble. It kind of allows everybody to work at their own pace. So again, I hope this works out well. But in economics, we use models a lot, and these are examples of models. A PPC stands for Production Possibility Curve, and that is a model. And a model is a simplified version of something more complex. And in this situation, what we have is Crusoe. We're looking over here at the graph on the right over here, and he is stranded on a deserted island, and he can spend his 4 hours, let's say, catching fish or climbing trees for coconuts. And obviously we know that he can do more than that, but in econ, again, we simplify things into models to make something that's much more complex, much more complex, into something very simple and easy to understand. And in this situation, we're saying the only thing he can do with his 4 hours of time is climb trees for coconuts or go catch fish. And we're going to show what his production possibility curve, or what things he could end up with, are graphically. Now, with 4 hours of time, let's say he can catch one fish an hour, or he can get 2 coconuts per hour. So this line represents the absolute best that he can do. Now, he can get 4 fish, but he would have no coconuts if he did that. So that's why we have this point right here. That is one thing that he could do. That's his production possibility point. He could catch 4 fish, but he couldn't get any coconuts then if he chose to do that. So 0 and 4 would be our production possibility point there. Now, another choice would be he could spend all of his time climbing trees to get coconuts, and he figures he could get 2 coconuts an hour. So if he chose to get all coconuts for those 4 hours, he would have 8 coconuts, but 0 fish. Now, there's also other things he could do. He could divide his time equally. Right? He could go and spend 2 hours getting coconuts, which would give him 4 coconuts, and I should say, he could spend 2 hours catching fish. So he would have 2 fish and 4 coconuts. So this would be another production possibility point. Now we also have anything in between there. So this line is made up of points that he could produce at. Right? So therefore we call it the production possibility curve. Now this line, since it is straight, is an opportunity cost curve that represents a constant opportunity cost. Now this curve over here to the left, right, is what we call an increasing opportunity cost curve, because you can see down here at the bottom, right, we're making 80 TVs, but we're not making any radios. All right, if we're saying that these are the only 2 things we can do. Now, if this country decides to go from making all televisions to producing some radios, right, you can see they're going to sacrifice 20 televisions, right? But they gained 35 radios. That's great, all right? Gained 35 radios by going from E to D, and they sacrificed 20 televisions. Now here, they're going to lose another 20 televisions, but they gained only 15 radios. So therefore, the opportunity cost on this outward sloping curve is what we call an increasing opportunity cost. And that's kind of a tough thing to figure out. And if you don't understand that, by all means, ask a question, and I'll be more than happy to help you. So this is what an opportunity cost curve looks like. And you will definitely need to be able to draw some of these in a very simple form, much like the one over here to the right. Okay, now it's your chance to try and make one of these production possibility curves. And what you are given is you have 5 cups of ice cream. All right, and so you're going to make as much of this as possible, but you have 5 cups of ice cream. You have unlimited milk, and you have unlimited chocolate mix, and you have unlimited strawberry mix. And I want you to, with that information, to in your notebooks, which hopefully you're taking notes over some of these items already, will make a production possibility curve. Now I'm going to walk you through verbally right now the 6 steps on how you make a production possibility curve. I don't want you to move on. The answer is on the next slide, but I don't want you to move on. I want you to try and do this on your own, because this will be something you have to do on your first test. It's a big part of your grade, and once you get the hang of it, it's pretty simple. The first thing you have to do is start off with an X and a Y axis on your piece of paper. All right, so you're gonna make an axis, much like I am kind of ghost drawing right now, over here to the right. All right, you're gonna have an x-axis and a y-axis, and then you are going to label each of these axes with the product or products you're going to make. So one of the products that you can make with these items goes right up here. The other product is listed down here. Okay, so those are your first. Those are the first 2 steps. Then the next thing to do would be to figure out how many of this product, hint, chocolate shakes up here, would it be the most I can make? And you would label that point right there. So the most number of chocolate shakes you can make, that number would go right up here by where you have written chocolate shakes. Then down here, what would be the most number of strawberry shakes you can make? And then step 4 is to just finish numbering the X and Y axis. All right, finish numbering the, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever you got, just finish labeling that. All right, and then plot at least 4 points. All right, so if you decide to make all of this product up here, how many could you make? Put a dot there. If you decided to make all of this product, how many could you make? Well, what if you decided to do a little bit of a combination? All right, so what would that be? Now you want to do a dotted line all the way across, right? All the way across, and then right here you want to put parentheses with what those coordinates are. And then you do another combination. And when you get done, that should be your production possibility curve after you connect your 4 dots. And then when you get done, you should have something that looks like what's on the next slide.